All right, man. Dan Campbell speaks on facing Ben Johnson twice a year uh, with him going to the Chicago Bears. All right, so check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Since Dan Campbell discusses battling Ben Johnson twice a year. Um, let's just get to the quote. He said, "We line up, we play to win, no matter who's over there." Campbell said, "He's still my friend. I love him dearly, but we're going to have to play him twice a year." So really not much of a quote. You know, but I know how they play it. This would be the quote in the locker room. This would be the quote, the politically correct quote, and then it'd be the quote in the locker room, right? Like, man, we trying to fuck this dude up. He talks shit about golf. He throwing little shots at golf. He throwing shots at us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to, we trying to put hands, foot, and toes and elbows on dog. That's the conversation. That's the conversations that they having in the locker room. Trust and believe me. Those are the conversations that they having in the locker room, like bulletin board, material. And you kind of be real. The world would be even doper if people really said the truth. That's how I feel. I feel like the world would be, I feel like the world would be a lot better if people, just spoke the truth. But a lot of people can't handle the truth. A lot of people like to be lied to. A lot of people, because when you tell people the truth, it kills hope. And it's anarchy. It's kind of like the government kind of being like, "Oh, aliens don't exist," but in the back of I'm just talking about hypothetically, they know they do exist, but if they told people they exist, people would lose their mind. The truth caused anarchy, caused an uprise. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't handle the truth. And, it's kind of the saying out here that women can't handle the truth. A lot of dudes, can't handle the truth. They can't. Because in their mind, you think of the truth being one way. You look at the truth being one way in your mind, and that's how you see it. But you never prepare mentally for things to break bad. And that's what I be telling people. I tell the dudes, when you check out my Free Game 89 channel, I be telling dudes, you have to mentally prepare for a girl to break bad for you. So when it actually happens, anything else you preparing for. If you're preparing for Mr. Olympia, you're going to be lifting weights, getting in shape. You don't want to come out there and get blown out the water. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare just for anything else. And most people don't start preparing until it's too late. Hence the example of a lot of people start preparing, when they get sick or they get a health scare, then they start preparing too late. You should have been doing that years ago. Everybody know your body landmark is so much different. Like when you start about to turn 30, your body start breaking food down differently. That's a fact. That's what I be telling people. That's a fact. When you turn 40, that's kind of when you start seeing people get, serious diseases. They start to get, like obesity scares, diabetes, high blood pressure. When you start creeping up to that age historically. So you have to start preparing, and ultimately, they're going to say some things. They're going to say some things to play nice. But, some of the things that he said in the past, you know what I'm saying, that he said about Jared Goff, best believe they want to crush the Bears. Best believe they want to crush the Bears. I'm telling you, best believe they want to put hands, toes, and elbows on the Bears. Best believe it. I'm telling you, best believe it. They want to crush them. This is the politically correct answer. I'm telling you, this is the politically correct answer. This is the politically correct answer. But, The real answer is we want to crush them. We want to make them say uncle. You know, out of all the places this mother effer could have went, he could have went anywhere, but he chose to stay in this division with us. We trying to crush dog. That's exactly the conversation that they having. That's, you know, not just the players. Dan having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Dan having that conversation. The DBs, the receivers, anybody that get drafted here, they're having that conversation. We gotta make this dude eat his words. You gotta understand, you know, you might hear these things where they don't really like the quarterback, they hate the quarterback or whatever, and that may be true because he get the lion's share of the praise, right? Nobody ever look at the cons or something, right? But he get the lion's share of the blame or the praise. You know, but on the flip side, you know, on the flip side, on the flip side, you know, you get the lion's share of the blame too, but they really want to protect their quarterback. They gonna ride with anybody in these type of battles. They gonna ride with anybody in these type of battles. Trust and believe me, they gonna ride with anybody in these type of battles. I'm telling you. They gonna ride with anybody in these type of battles, and that's a fact. They're going to ride with their homeboys. They're going to ride with their quarterback. There's going to be a rallying cry, you know, for sure. And, you know, on the other side of it, guess what? On the other side of it, they going to want to go to war. They going to want to go to war for Ben Johnson to beat his own team. They already don't like the Lions. This is a rivalry. This is a nasty rivalry right here. They already don't like the Lions. So, I mean, so be it. It is what it is. But, you know, there were some rumors about how they didn't get along at the end of their tenure together. They didn't get along and this, that, and the third. And I believe it. I believe it. But we're going to see. We're going to see. So, I mean, ultimately, should be interesting this season. But like I said, I'm burnt out of football. I'm in no rush for football to come back on. This is the first season that I'm really burnt out and really ain't feeling for no football, to be honest. Real talk. I don't care if the Lions come back on anytime soon. And maybe because the Pistons doing good, but I needed that break, you know. You know, what really a lot of people get the itching for football in the dog days, you know, especially when the Olympics don't come on, they call it the dog days. The dog days is like when the NBA finals is over with, especially when the NBA draft is over with, free agency and draft. Really, when you get to July, August, people get to really itching for that, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist, hit the link tree, find me everywhere. It's the first link in the description. Peace.